1, 2, 3, 4,
5,
6.
Has anyone been involved or have witnessed a vehicle accident? If so, do you remember what you were doing at that time? I myself, in 2003, was involved in a vehicle accident. I've presented a little demonstration here to kind of show you how the accident occurred. This is FM 1097 going west, going east, Moreland Street and Bob Street. 1097 has the right-of-way, it is a highway. And here I am at the stop sign, a car in front of me at the stop sign. So we were both waiting for our turn to pass over the highway. You can see the oncoming traffic. This vehicle, she thought she had enough time to pass over where there was actually a car coming. Both cars collided together and the impact pushed straight to my way and hit me. I saw both cars coming at the same time, but I couldn't put my car in reverse fast enough to get out of the way. So the outcome was both cars hit me at the same time, which totaled my car. Not only was my car totaled, but I was also injured, which made me take a couple days off from work. Had to go to a chiropractor. So basically, outcome was this driver was not paying attention to the oncoming traffic, which resulted in my car being totaled, me being injured, but there was minimum damage to the other two cars that were involved. There are several reasons someone can cause an accident: driving under the influence, simply not paying attention, or even being distracted. What is distracted driving? According to distraction.gov, distracted driving is an activity that could divert a person's attention away from the primary task of driving. All distractions endanger drivers, passengers, and bystander safety. Types of distractions can be playing on your cell phone, texting on your cell phone while driving, eating, drinking, listening to the radio, trying to change the CDs, talking to passengers, grooming, or using your navigation system. Simply not paying attention to the road is a hazard to the roadways. Not only is distracted drivers can cause accidents, drivers that are not familiar with the areas can also be a hazard to the road. The conditions or constructions of roads can also play a role in creating accidents. Road conditions and constructions change every day. I know that when I drive to Conroe, it seems like every intersection down the highway has construction going on, and so a lot of times passengers have to take detours. Not knowing or not being familiar with the areas can also be a hazard. So there is a website, texdot.gov, allows you to educate yourself before getting on the road if you're going into unfamiliar areas to see if there's any constructions or road changes that drivers should be aware of. Auto accidents are headaches for those who are involved. Like I mentioned in my auto accident, it wasn't my fault, but I am the one who really paid dearly because my car was totaled. I missed work. I had to go to a chiropractor for months. And yeah, there was a small settlement, but it was, many years later by the time it was settled. So, the other drivers, there was minimal damage to their car. So it's always good to educate yourself and the conditions of the roads on texdot.gov. Educate yourself on paying attention as you're driving. There's a lot of websites that you can go to that will help you get familiar with the area where you're driving. Is there any questions?
Have you ever been in an accident that you created? If so, why did the accident happen?
Yes, I was in an accident. It was my fault. It was 3 years ago. I was coming home from work on Halloween in a full pirate costume. I wasn't paying attention to the road. I was on a major highway, and I looked to my right at the mall, and traffic in front of me came to a stop, and I didn't pay attention, and I ran right into the truck in front of me. My car was totaled, and there was not a lot of damage to his truck, but At that time, my insurance had canceled. So I spent 4 years paying for that man's damage to his truck. So it's always good to be insured when you're driving too. Because one day of not having insurance can cost you 4 years of paying for the damage that you've caused.
What is NHTSA?
NHTSA is National Highway Traffic Safety Association. That's a website that I mentioned earlier where you can go and educate yourself on the highways. It has a lot of good detailed information.
What is TxDOT?
TxDOT is Texas Department of Transportation. That's the website that you can actually go to and enter city, state, zip code, address of where you're going, and it'll tell you if there's any road conditions that have changed or if there's anything that you should be aware of for your journey to that place, your destination.